When I was a kid, my brother used to have a couple videos, VHS, a couple basketball documentary. One was Michael Jordan's Playground. It's like goes for like his childhood and stuff and how he got to the NBA and stuff. Another one was about Magic Johnson, I think, or maybe the Lakers. And kind of like the Lakers, I guess. And at some point, they interviewed this guy who was, a center or something. He had to play. When they played the Lakers, he was the one who had to try and guard Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And he was funny. He was like, he was like, well, there's nothing you can do, against the skyhook. And he said he just like literally had nightmares of the skyhook. He was like, I would wake up and it was like skyhook, skyhook, skyhook. I would just wake up in the middle of night sweating, having nightmares about having to defend Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the skyhook. I don't know. I thought it was pretty funny. Yeah, I mean, it was so accurate, and you can't counter it. There's literally nothing you can do. If done right, none can defend. Am I seriously considering playing Wood for the PvP finals? I don't know. If I keep beating high rank Team of Reclamation players, I'll probably play it, yeah. Uncounterable, yeah. Commence the skyhooks. I think I can just say go. Can't attack here. You don't want to trade your shark for their shark. I think you want to try and bounce the shark with Teferi and still have a shark to chum block if they have another shark typhoon. Well, since I drew a second one, I think it's fine to just play one of my two Teferi here. Do I think I can beat high rank Reclamation players better with Blue-Eyed Control as a Reclamation deck? Well, I almost never lose to Reclamation with these Blue-Eyed decks. And I don't think I would win like as much was in the mirror match. What would you suggest playing tomorrow in the Red Bull? Stuff. Being comfortable with your deck in standard is pretty important. It's kind of a tough spot. Two cards, free cards. If they have double counter, I'll lose my Teferi and they get a new row. I can say go, but I think just crying probably favors them. I think I just have to play Teferi and hope for the best, but I think it's not looking great here. Alright, you definitely like to see that. And you're okay seeing that as well. Okay, could have gone worse. This game's still gonna be tough. They don't have a land that have all spells. What I can do if they play Night Pack is just let her resolve and play Yorion. Okay, they're showing me they have the land. I mean, they only have 2 cards left. Like, and they didn't have a counter spell last turn, and they don't have Reclamation, so I'm just gonna let that resolve actually. Hopefully they didn't draw a counter spell. I guess they could have had Dispute last turn and not use it. We need a top deck for Uro or else it's going to be GG. Nice. I have 1 card I don't know about. Man. 1 Omen of the Sea this game. And I'd be in business. Alright, no expansion explosion, please. How's it going so far? We beat a white-black beatdown deck. No, I think we're going to lose that first game against that Team of Wreck. Or maybe not. Or maybe not. I might have Shark Typhoon if they didn't play the Night Pack on their turn. Never mind, they were playing around ECD. Makes sense. I'm not in terrible shape. They're going to make a few wolves, but I feel like slightly ahead on cards. And my cards are higher impact than theirs. They're like powerful cards, but my powerful cards negate a bunch of their powerful cards, so... Too many Yorions. I'm not in a super rush. Oh, I get to use Castle twice. Any news when it's... Yeah, I don't know, apparently they announced Arena for mobile, right? I mean, I kind of need the other Yorion, but I also want to be able to scry and have Veto up for Expansion Explosion, so I don't just lose on the spot. So if they Shark Typhoon, I can Chomp, take 10, and then Shatter the Sky. I don't know why I did that first. I didn't plan on casting Omen right away, but I changed my mind. That was bad. Shark Typhoon. Night Pack. That's better for me, much better than if it was Shark Typhoon, obviously. I'm gonna take more damage, but I get to 5-10. You have to at least draw a card of Shatter the Sky. So we know to have a good one in hand. Wow, that's really good for me. That's one of their cards. I'm loving that. Oh, they get to draw it right away. Yes. That was a small detail I forgot about. Minor detail. Well, they actually have me dead on board if they have Shark Typhoon. We know that, I mean, I'm assuming Ether Gust is not the card they kept when they top, so that card should be something pretty good for them. Why didn't I veto the Gust? Because I think I need to save my veto. I don't think I can win if I veto that Gust. Probably gonna lose anyways, but I think I have a better chance of winning by holding on to my Ether, to my Dovin's veto. Man, do I really gonna have to keep Castle Ardenvale here? Guess so. Alright, kind of bricked a bunch. I mean, I was happy to make my land drops, but at some point, it's a bit too much. Obviously, it's hard to win a game that goes this long without sticking it to Fairy or an Arset. Yeah, not a single ACD either. Yeah, I saw so many cards. So like half my deck. Even if I'd had like a Omen of the Sea and was before my first Yorion, I probably would have won. Yeah, that is uncalled for, Jake. You don't need to just be mean for no reason. If you ain't got nothing nice to say, then say it to your streamer. Alright, well, they don't get a wolf token. I have 5. I believe in the top of my deck. I'm going to make a 1-1 and draw an amazing magic card. And it's still probably not going to be enough. Oh. I mean, I could do the glass casket trick, but that draws them a card. Draws them a card, loses them a neuro. This is not gonna go well for me, but you never know. 5 mana for Yorion, 2 mana for Veto. Trying to think if I play the Burr first, or if that's too greedy. 5. I mean, I'll be happy to have mana up anyways. Yes, I'm aware. Comrade falls. Comrade replaces him. Obviously that's not great, but I think it's still my best bet, and I basically have to hope that I draw an absorb. I mean, ideally I draw an absorb and another veto. That'd be kind of amazing. I'm gonna draw all the Narsets and all the Teferi. Nope. Counterspell. Yup. We've got a shot. I don't know what they've been topping and scrying for like the past 10 turns, so I'm not too sure what's going on over there. Can't be good, but somehow I'm still alive. Not dead is a good start, I agree. Hey Popu, they sent an email saying they're pushing it back 2 days. We've got till Wednesday. I don't know if you're qualified or not, but if you are, you've got 48 extra hours to submit your deck lists to change it to Wednesday. So what does this card actually do for them? It's good for Castle. It's good for Huge Shark Typhoon. I think I should maybe let it resolve. How many expansion explosions do they have left? 3? I think I have to let it resolve. I'm going to be bringing Historic. As soon as the final tours is over, I'm going to hop into the Historic train, yep. Yeah, I mean, they get to scry infinite. Question is, do I make a token and tap down to just one counterspell? Let's see if they... use castles or not. I wish I could keep that blast zone. Kind of brutal to scry 2 to the bottom and then draw something bad. Alright, so that's a bit better. Hopefully I have time to... They didn't float mana? So did they have the mana to... Nope, they don't. So I can use Castle. I can just use White Castle, I guess. Because they can't explosion for free 2 times. They can only do it once. Alright, I gotta assume Shark Typhoon's coming my way. I have 5, 9, 11, 12, 13 mana. 14. I guess I should ECD and ECD. They're probably gonna have a negate or something. Yeah, I think that's fine. And then I can ECD and still have double veto up. Kind of sucks if they dispute here though. Maybe I should have played Narset. Maybe that was a mistake. Alright. They have 2 cards left. I actually have to fight over that one. It's gonna be rough if they have a dispute here. And if they have Shark Typhoon, I get to live at least 1 turn. I mean, they should have like... Obviously, it's tempting to counter it, but I should assume they have close to a perfect hand. I think I need to fight over it, though. I need to use my mana. Yeah, I kind of wish I'd played Narset. Obviously, if they don't have Dispute, I don't get punished. Looks like they have Expansion Explosion, and they're considering using it for 2 mana. Yeah. They're not using castle in their upkeep. They're making mistakes. You need to use your castle there. You really want to make sure you draw a great card every turn. Every land they draw is just such a disaster. Surprised they're making that mistake at rank 7, honestly. It's like pretty basic. Like pretty basic Team of Reclamation stuff to use your castle there. The Shade, I mean, whatever. That's, you know, it's part of why people are here, right? For the strategy. I know I'm a really funny guy and all, but... And that, you know, I'm also really good looking, but I'm assuming people are mostly here for... good lines. Time. I'm not too worried about time. It is a pretty long game 1, though. Alright. I have so many. No, I'm actually a terrible storyteller. Even worse when it's jokes. Yokes. Yokes on you, chat. This stuff's not super impactful. Dispute, Omen of the Sun, Shatter the Sky. Oh, these cards are very good. Shatter the Sky could be good when they have... once I have to Fairy, Shatter the Sky might be good at some point. Shatter the Sky or Omen? Probably Omen. I think this game's pretty close. I don't think I'm in a terrible spot. Unless I have another Shark Typhoon in hand, then I'm in a GG spot. How many Shark Typhoons left? I have a lot of cards left. Yeah, I think they knew what they were drawing, though. I think they scried on their last end of turn. I don't think they actually missed it there. So I'm 1 short of scrying, making a token. Actually, what I can do is play Omen and sack one of my Omens. It's not even clear that's better than. I don't really want to sag these Omens. I don't think so. I'm not gonna scry my upkeep. I want all my mana. I have an Narset activation. I have a Teferi or Yorion coming back. Well, that's not very good. I'll literally bring back Yorion that blinks a casket. Or I can bring back a Teferi. They're bouncing that. No! Oh my god. I didn't mean to let that resolve. It's okay. Might end up being okay. Do I need to scry? Ah, fuck it. Oh, that was kind of a disaster. Could I have veto there? Yeah, I mean, I could veto the petty theft, right? Calculated, chat. Relax. Everyone stay cool. This is a robbery. I've played a land, right? Yeah. Yeah, Blast Zone is rough. I have to keep my 2 planeswalkers though. It's kind of decent. Pretty good. I think I have to keep. Just hope they don't have Shark Typhoon. I think I actually don't mind shuffling all these removal spells, like Shatter the Sky might not be the worst right now. I don't know. I don't know if I could have maybe played that game a tiny bit tighter on the scries and stuff. It's kind of tough to know when you're supposed to scry and then keep mana up, you know. It's not like I had a Reclamation and play like my opponent, so like when to sag the Omen, when not to sag them. I only have 1 Yorion left in my deck. I'm not too worried about time. The sideboard games are usually a bit more snowbally. Plus, I'm gonna win 2 anyways. But yeah, maybe I can make up time. That's decent news. Say it's decent news because it's not a Shark Typhoon. Anytime it's not a Shark Typhoon. I didn't say decent news, I said decent news. News. I don't have a way of drawing a card, right? there any reason to think they have Shark Typhoon in hand? They only have one left in their deck, and they might not have four if they have all these other cards. Alright, I'm going to keep Absorb on top, but it could be wrong, honestly. Could be some game-losing stuff. I think it's just more likely I need 2 counterspell than that they have Shark Typhoon there. I could be wrong. Alright. Time's a bit worrying, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna play it cool. What do you think of discontinuing the Sideboarding against Shark? So it's if I do it, if the Shark end of my turn, then it's a 2-mana counterspell. Could be good. I'm gonna let them have that since I have Narset and Teferi and a bunch of blockers. Make a token. Scry. Comrade. Do I still need to shadow this guy actually if I have Comrade? Probably not. That's a small mistake. Sure. Why not? I don't think I have like a billion relevant cards left in my deck anyways. They shark themselves? Are they gonna make the biggest shark in the history of sharks? I didn't have to counter that, right? Can go down to 2. Who cares, right? Okay. Got that Omen of the Sun. What a beating. Alright, let's try and kill them fast-ish. Alright, I'm not gonna bother with, I'm actually not gonna bother with anything that's lethal next turn. Let's not lose time. I think they drew a cycling card, but I'm not set. I feel like I should have lost that game. I think they messed up with Blue Castle a bunch, but I'm not sure. It's hard to say without seeing their hands. Alright, so I think these are the cards I want. And then I need to decide if I want to keep 1 birth for mana. Like, I don't have a strict sideboard guide for this matchup. I'm not sure. Like, Keeping one of these is reasonable for extra mana. I think keeping 4 caskets is only good if they have Jolrael and 4 Shark Typhoons and stuff. Omen of the Sun, it like does a little something, it's not great. Discards, not as good when you board out a bunch of enchantments. Shatter the Sky is pretty awkward, and I don't think you need it as much when you have Brazen Borers and Commence and stuff, and Ether Gusts. The 5s are a bit clunky. Narset on the draw can actually be like too little, too late against all the wolves and stuff, so it's pretty tricky. I need more aggro because of time. Potentially. I think maybe I like 4 ECDs. I'll do 1 Omen. I'll do 1 Birth, and I'll do 3 Narsets. Should you ever skip game 2? Nah. Sideboard games are going to be a bit faster, I think. One way or the other. I can also, like, a minute 30. I can easily make up a minute 30. I just need to snap off my decisions. I had a lot of tough decisions and it was a long game. Kept a hand that didn't do much, but I think you just... It's rough to mulligan in this matchup. Basically, that's the gist of it. Being down the card is a pretty big deal. All right. See, we're gonna have plenty of time for the third game. I don't know, maybe it's a mulligan. Kind of close. I might just have another one. Looks like I'd have expansion explosion. Wreck. When you need them to have all lands in hand, it's a good feeling. Oh, I'd have Narcissus Reversal. Do I want to commence the endgame if they have Narcissus Reversal? Commence the endgame is pretty freaking good. a counterspell war? It's not that good in a counterspell war though. It's like fine, I guess. I was debating whether I should show weakness and main phase Omen up to C. Kind of let them know I don't have lands. But since I draw a land, I don't mind it getting countered. That's a close one. They're both pretty close. I think I just want lands. That was the sickest stand for an R set. Like, are you really gonna let it resolve? I don't know. Kind of slam the Archon here. Do I need to have dispute? Like, negate doesn't do it. But then they can have reclamation, which is kind of scary. I think it's just better to say go here. It's kind of close. Just worried Archon's just going to be underwhelming. Like the games where they don't have early ramp, you're not under as much pressure to like do stuff, really. This is kind of close. Alright, they just get to play Wolf now. I'm dumb. Should have played... yeah. Maybe I blew it. Feels like I kind of blew it. I don't know, sometimes I forget about Nightback Ambush. I don't know. Sometimes I just forget about the most obvious cards and I play an whale that's pretty bad. Oh well. It's no good. That's no good either. And that's no good either. They're saying that Brazen Bar. Man, if I had Veto though, I totally wrecked them. What am I supposed to bait was Yorion or ACD? Wow. Did not expect that to resolve. I guess they have like Brazen Bar for my Archon probably. Let's not bling the Archon. Tails in. Oh yeah, wow. That would have been nasty. Wow, that was amazing. Looks like we totally swung the game there. I got Tails End the other day. out of, I don't remember who, if it was a Sultai deck or Teamerek, or it was really good. I think that's worth countering, right? Or am I worried about Rek plus a big explosion? How much is that? 6, 12, minus 4. Do I care about 2 cards? I'll counter it. Not sure why they're killing the shark and not a Pegasus, though. Brazen Boar. I don't really care about Brazen Boar, right? The only thing I'm really scared is like Rek plus a land plus an explosion. There's the land. Ah, they must have had awful hands. Wow. I want more Ether Gusts in my sideboard, I think.